What's good, everybody? It's your boy Everton, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Beats Studio Wireless 3. Now, these are some over-the-air headphones that offer adaptive noise cancellation and also Bluetooth connectivity. So we're going to take a look at if you should get this or not. Now, the way I'm going to take this video is I'm going to talk to you like you're a friend, just give you some friendly advice because it is your own money and you have to make a decision on yourself if you like it or not. Now, also, I am not a Apple or Beats fan. I'm not also a Apple or Beats hater. You know, a product is a product, and I'm going to define it based off of that. I don't have any stock in this headphone or any other competitor headphone. I'm just going to give you that real deal. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it today, and I'm going to tell you things I like about it. But first off, I'm going to give you some warning points to see if you should not get these headphones. And I wrote down some talking points for you guys today to make sure that I cover the things that you guys need to know. First off is if the battery dies on this headphone, everything is dead on this headphone. These are good for one thing once the battery dies, and that's looking cool. That's it. Oh, damn, battery
Is that
died.
my boy Everton with the new beats?
Oh, you see me though, cuz? Hey, you know I got him though, boy. Looking clean, ain't I? Woo!
Let me hear what he sound like a little bit.
Nah, don't come. Hey, nah. Stay back. Don't
Just,
come
just
over
let me
here,
hear him
dog. Stay
just
back.
a little bit.
Hey, stay back. There's no music that can be played. Now, the reason why that's important is because these actually come with an aux cord, and typically headphones with aux cords, once you plug into the sound source, it uses the power from the sound source to power at least the audio function. But not only is the active noise cancellation and the Bluetooth dead once the battery is dying or dead, but just the ability to play music at all. So you can't take the aux cord with you like I did to the gym thinking that, hey, once the battery dies, I at least have the aux cord to, back up. No, you just need to leave these in the car if you don't want to risk that. I thought I had enough battery life to get me through an hour, but I didn't. I didn't charge them up. All right, so that's talking point number one. Talking point number two is that if you don't have an iPhone, you probably might want to stay away from these headphones. The reason why is that this comes with a W1 chip and it has like three functionality that you can usually take advantage of. One is that if you have an iPhone and you sync it with your iPhone, with your Apple ID across your other devices, you can seamlessly transition without having to repair through the Bluetooth settings through different devices, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, if I listen to music through my iPhone, which I don't have, but if I had an iPhone, I do have an iMac. I could just go over there and just transition to maybe editing video or whatever. And then maybe I have an iPad or a laptop from Apple. Well, that is a super cool. So why would I tell you to watch out for that? Well, with Android, with this headphone, it's rated for 22 hours with active noise cancellation. Once you take that off, that active noise cancellation off, you can get 40 hours. That's 18 additional hours of music playtime, and you may want that. If you have an Android, I'd say, maybe that's something you might want to watch out for. And those are two of the biggest watch items. There are other things that I want to talk about as well, and we're going to get into that. But if those are two deal breakers for you, just watch out. Okay, so now let's go into the design of the headphone and what it basically has to offer. They are comfortable. Like, I was able to put them on. They're not the widest ear cushions. The opening, they're not the widest, but my ear was able to comfortably fit in these, and I had no problem. The clamping action is also well balanced as well. So you can actually take these and wear these in the gym and really not have to worry about them flying off and breaking. But they're not so clamped that they're gonna put too much pressure on your ear or your head and you feel uncomfortable after a couple hours of wearing these. I could wear these for about 5 hours and be good. Also, they do have the folding design and they come with a carrying case, which is a little bit protective. It's a little bit harder. And so if you drop the headphones inside the case, you should have some decent quality protection. Under the headphone itself, under the headband, it's very, it's very comfortable. It's that gel-like rubber and, it is comfortable. Overall, I feel like these headphones are, have a decent build, but that will have to be tested over 6 months, which I've only had these for 2 weeks. So as of right now, and I can't really test the durability. They are stretchable and, they're plastic. So on the left-hand side, I like the fact that how they've made it to where the functionality is there without having to add any extra real pronounced buttons. So the buttons are actually embedded in this left ear cup, and you just volume up by pressing up, volume down, press that B to pause and mute the music and deactivate the active noise cancellation if you have the aux cord plugged in. Also, the aux cord does come with a microphone, and these have a microphone in it, and you can take phone calls and such like that. My experience with the phone calls was actually pretty good. People were telling me they didn't know that I had a headphone on versus me talking directly to the headphone. Okay, let's move on to the most important thing about headphones, which is the sound. Now, these sound a little bit different from beats that you've previously heard before. Not a lot different, still the same sound signature overall, but they've reduced the bass just a little bit. These previous basses I felt were like really bass dominant, and the bass wasn't even that good to me. But they've reduced it a little bit. They've focused a little bit less on pounding you with that bass, and it wasn't really that good bass. But now you can still tell that there's a favoritism to warmer and lower tones. It's just not as prominent. These are still bass prominent headphones, but not as much as you'd be expecting. There's one thing that you should take special attention to, and this is my biggest problem with these headphones. They don't have good sound separation, good tone separation. And what I mean by that is this. If you were to listen to these headphones, and if you boost the volume up to like 80% or higher of the capability, they get really loud. But once that 80% or higher is reached, you're going to notice that everything sounds like it's coming to you at one time. So the music, depending on what type of genre of music that you listen to, let's just say that you listen to like EDM, and that has a lot of beats going on, a lot of low tones, a lot of highs, and a lot of mids. It's going to sound like 15 people arguing with each other, and they're 15 different people, right? With 15 different issues. So you got this little 6-year-old arguing that her dollhouse broke. You got this 42-year-old man saying that his car got towed, and you got this, this lady over here arguing that she got an overdraft fee on her bank account. They're all arguing at you, just the different pitches, different conversations, different topics. It's confusing as heck. Well, that's exactly what it sounds like on higher volumes, on certain genres, on these headphones. The sound separation is not good. So good separation would mean that, let's just say you're playing a song and there are 3 instruments. There's a drum, a cymbal, and a guitar being played. And once you higher that volume up, you can still hear each of them separately and clearly. That is good sound separation. 2 different things. One's a drum, which is a bass sound. The cymbals is a high sound, and the guitar is the mids, or depending on what kind of guitar it is. And you're able to hear all of them clearly. That is not going to happen on here. It sounds like a big hot mess. So depending on what type of music that you listen to, it can still work good. So if you're listening to like John Mayer and he's just playing the guitar and he's just doing, it's just him singing, you probably won't have a problem with these. But if you listen to rap, which has a lot of stuff going on, EDM, stuff like that, you're probably not going to have a good time. But on the in the middle area of that volume, you should be really fine, which I would suggest people listen to at a decent volume anyway, so you don't damage your hearing. But depending on your sound preference, you can do whatever you want with them. But just know that once they get high, it's a little bit, confusing. But once you get to that medium level, these things actually sound pretty good to me. There's a bit of hollowness there. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't really. I would like it to be fuller. I feel a little bit like I'm there, but there's a little bit of hollowness in the presence of the soundstage. But at the end of the day, they don't sound horrible. I like the reduction of bass. It's still bass prominent, but it allows you to hear different things, like the mids a little bit clearer, the speech a little bit clearer, the vocals a little bit clearer. And that is a good thing. So let's talk about the next thing that these headphones have to offer: noise cancellation. Now, they have this thing called pure adaptive noise cancellation. What that basically means is that the microphones on the side, they pick up sound and they try to negate that sound. That's how normal sound or noise cancellation works. That Beats is promoting this thing right now. They're like, hey, we do this pure adaptive noise cancellation, and it's scanning the sound settings 50,000 times a second in order to make sure that we have the best noise cancellation, the seamless transition between noise cancellation. So let me explain what that should essentially sound, or how that should essentially work. Let's just say that you're in your house and you got some rickety AC, and when it blows AC, it's going. So you might be like, okay, well, I'll turn on that adaptive noise cancellation and cancel that out. And it does a decent job of that. Depending on how bad your AC is, you may still hear a slight hum. But the way that works is that now, let's say that the UPS truck and it's here and pulls up, and now all of a sudden it's supposed to scan your current sound setting to say, okay, well now I need to adapt to that truck as well. And that seems pretty darn cool, right? Seems pretty cool. Well, let's just say that it works, and because I really haven't had that situation happen, and let's just say that it works. That's really good. I'm gonna give a push for that because I can't say that it doesn't actually work. The problem with this headphone though is that you didn't get the sound noise cancellation that great in the first place. So like when you are doing your job, you're not actually doing it that great. Once again, I said that if you're canceling out the AC, it's really not really doing that excellent of a job of canceling it out. It will cancel some of it out, I'm not gonna lie. But you're doing functionalities, extra stuff, which is cool, but the basics hasn't been taken care of. You're not really great at the basics of canceling out noise in the first place. So you adding this extra capability, I mean, it's cool. I've never had that situation happen where another sound source has kind of like not been blocked by like active noise cancellation. So the fact that they're saying, hey, they do this 50,000 times, I think it's just a marketing ploy. So I say all of that to say this: I give the pure adaptive noise cancellation a C. From A to F, you get a C. It's okay. It's not great. It's average. You're gonna notice that it's working, and it's there. It's all right. On top of noise cancellation, though, it has another functionality as Bluetooth, and I will give it props on that. Bluetooth is definitely strong as heck on this thing, which is also good for the gym, because if you want to leave your gym bag over there, leave your headphone, your sound source, whatever, leave your sound source and just carry your headphone with you and just work out, bang out some workouts, you have the ability to do that. I had no dropouts. Even with call quality, people were able to hear me very well. I thought that this was a very good headphone. And, everything worked out fine with the Bluetooth signal. It was on the best level. I just had no issue with it. To compare, if you have Sony's is typically strong, and I have no issues with Sony's as well. So compare it to that, but there's no real issue that I had with it. No chopping out, no one was like, hey man, I really can't hear you. And I have had that happen with other brands. Sony is typically very strong. This was very strong as well. One thing I will tell you that I will also give credit for is that typically with Bluetooth headphones, if you're using them to talk on the phone, the microphone tends to like pick up like ambient noise really loudly. I don't know why, but this one doesn't have that issue. So overall, do I think that this is a good headphone? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say easy pass on these headphones, easily. And I'm gonna tell you why. There's just better out there. The Sony A1, I forgot I'll put the link to what they are, but those are a better option. They're more premium looking. They sound better. They have the ability to play high fidelity music, and I believe that they're around the same price. So those are an option. The king of noise cancellation, the Bose QC35, are another excellent option, and they offer way better noise cancellation, a premium design, and in my opinion, a cleaner soundstage. What I would say to you if you were my friend, I said do whatever you want with your money. But not only do we have the fact that these are the only out of the two other options that I mentioned, and then we include this as a third option. These don't work when the battery dies. This W1 chip is cool. It's a good addition, but if you have an Android, then you're probably gonna be stuck a little bit. The soundstage is kind of cluttered when you get to high volumes. I'm gonna say an easy pass on this. Easy pass. The one thing that I would give credit to these for is that they handle gym activity better than all those other ones. Those other ones are, cool, but these are more, you can be a little bit more reckless with these, when I say reckless, like you don't have to like make sure you get up and get up from the bench and let me hold them on. Like, you can be a little bit more, because the clamping action is just that more, that much more better. And, if you have a more active lifestyle, I would kind of maybe consider these for that, but I don't know if this point overweighs all the rest of the stuff that I talked about. Either way, guys, I do think that these are easy pass once again. But once again, you're my friend, so it's your money. Do what you want. But I'm gonna warn you, as if I care about your money that you're spending. Either way, guys, I appreciate you guys watching this video. At the end of the day, if you like the video, hit a thumbs up, subscribe, and follow me on my social medias. And I'll see you next time. Holla at your boy. Peace.